What is up, everybody? We got game number 2 here between ScoobyJ and Ahab, also known as Zolanar, in the Your Dog Starcraft 2 tournament. Ahab able to, well, lose game 1. As you can see, it says no war prism. Got kind of messed up by that DT drop in his base last game, so Jay was able to take game number 1. And here we have game number 2 on the one and only Lost Temple. Of course, I say one and only, but there are in fact several different versions of Lost Temple out there. This is the standard Blizzard edition, though. There's no a lot of competitive play. You'll see a, well, this is connected, and there's a destructible rock here that you can break down to get down to your third base, but that's not the case on this map. I believe that one is technically called Shattered Temple. Jay scouting out after his pylon. It's a good idea to do on a big map like this. Jay, of course, spawning in the south as the purple he's not purple at all, he's the green Protoss. I just like saying purple Protoss. That's a bit of a tongue twister, but it does kind of roll off the tongue. Does that make any sense? It's kind of a bit of a hypocrisy. But anyways, the purple Terran over here on the left, of course, none other than Zolanar, or Ahab, whatever you prefer to call him. Pretty standard openings from both players so far. Of course, as Terran these days, you don't have much choice but to go for Supply Depot and Barracks. Ever since they made the supply depot a requirement for the barracks. So Jay is just now finding his opponent. He gets down supply depot and is not able to block the scouting. It's not that there's a whole lot to see at this point anyways, except for the fact that he has once again opted to go for neither geyser. So once again, he's either looking to add on a second barracks or an extremely fast command center. Well, regardless of what he does, that barracks is likely to come down. Marine able to finish up that pylon. Actually, that SCV is technically the one that got the kill. And it's a probe, not a pylon. Cyber core coming down for Jay. You don't often see him go for more gateways before he gets the cyber core. Can't blame him for that. That warp gate technology and those stalkers and sentries are quite good. Saving up some chrono energy, possibly, well, maybe not to chrono boost that warp gate. Zolanar with another barracks going down. Not sure why he's opting to put it down over there, unless he's trying to hide it from his opponent. I think it would be better to put it down over here somewhere, or maybe even over here, just so it's closer to reinforce your army. Regardless, there is the command center and the refinery going down at the same time. What was Zolanar able to see? Pretty much everything. He didn't see this pylon, though. Or this pylon. Once again, Jay doing a good job putting those pylons along the outside of his base. Make sure you get a bit of a heads up on any drops or what have you. Zolanar, by comparison, is somewhat blind within his own base. His supply depots could very well be placed down here. Once again, going for the bunkers on the low ground. This map is particularly good for fast expansions just because you got a somewhat narrow choke here. So you can kind of block that off with your buildings and make it pretty easy to defend any early attacks, which is of course the primary weakness of fast expansion builds. Warp gate just about done for Jay. Robo going down. Huh. 2-gate Robo, huh? Usually you want to see one or two more gates before the Robo goes down, but whatever works. Once again, chrono boosting up that observer. This choke is fully blocked off, so unless Jay's going for another drop. He's probably not going to be getting through that, although these Marines are just kind of chilling outside the bunker. As the observers so kindly pointed out, Jay does have a probe at the watchtower, which he is not actually seeing anything with, but it's good for seeing if your opponent pushes out. He does have this observer though, so he does see what's up there. Got a factory going down, engineering bay. After that last match, he's probably going to be pretty adamant about having lots of missile turret coverage. Doesn't want to be foiled by more DTs. Meanwhile, back at Camp Protons, Jay's still only working off of 2 gateways. Look at the unit counting station, he's at 33 probes, so he's a little oversaturated in his main, so probably wants to throw down expansion soon. Oh, and there it goes. This force is kinda small at this point, but then again, with the fast expansion, Zolanar is just now kinda starting to kick into macro mode. She's going for a proxy pylon by the watchtower there. Zolanar has his own watchtower over here. So both opponents are going to know more or less when the timing goes. +1 armor going down. +1 armor combined with the Guardian Shield ability can be very good against the Terran Bio Ball, particularly Marines, because they do 6 damage unupgraded, whereas with the armor and the Guardian Shield, that cuts a Marine's attack in half. And Zealots, of course, have 1 armor naturally, so Marines would be doing a measly 2 damage to those Zealots. Looks like Ahab catches wind of this pylon. Probably going to be able to take it out, unless Jay does that. So we got a starport for Zolanar and a reactor on this factory, so he's probably going to do a little switcheroo right here and get out some medevacs real quick. The barracks coming down. Yeah, there's the missile turret coverage, although his mineral line is accounted for. Both of them, in fact. Looks like both players looking to get all 4 gases up. So, on the barracks, that makes a total of 4. One with the tech lab, one with a reactor. And these 2 are just kind of finishing now, so looks like at some point he got a little supply block there. They got a supply drop on that depot. That's going to make it a prime target. So Jay is looking to secure the gold 3rd, which without this reverse position, or whatever you want to call it, 3rd here, the gold is a pretty natural choice. Looks like we got a bunch of High Templar for Jay. Is he researching the storm? Where is that? Yeah, storm just now did finish. Where's the Templar? There's the Templar archives. This looks like he's not opting to go for DTs this time around, which is a pretty good choice because, you know, it's pretty predictable that your opponent would overreact to the tactic that you foiled them with last time. And the supply drop for Ahab. Lots of supply drops, in fact. He has got +1 weapons, and looks like he's got both stim and combat shields, so those Marines are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Lots of gateways coming down for Jay though. That's 5, not 6 gateways and a robo. Does have some photon cannons coming up. It's a good way to deter any drops, although the way they're spread out, their medevacs will probably just end up just flying right over them. Army-wise, it's looking well. No, Zolamar's definitely got the bigger force. Although that's a lot of High Templar with some good storms. That can mean all the difference. Double engineering bay for Zolanar. No upgrades quite yet. He does have the armory, probably just for those upgrades. He is +1/+1. Not going for double armory? Maybe he is, in fact, at least considering the possibility of going for some mech. Maybe going for a nice tech switch. Looks like he's now got concussive shells for his Marauders. Third expansion going up for Jay at the gold. He is pushing it with his army. These High Templar are so slow. Now Zolanar can, well no, he can just leave these guys on the high ground. This doesn't look like it would be the best engagement for Jay. Those bunkers at the least. Oh, but there's a nice storm killing off all those Marines. And all those Marines. But those bunkers just let him hold on just long enough that this engagement doesn't turn out so well for him. But Jay is able to feed back on those medevacs. The thing about medevacs and the MMM ball is spend a lot of time healing up those forces, so they don't tend to be at very high energy. Feedback, of course, doing damage to the target equal to the amount of energy they have. So with those medevacs staying at low energy, feedback doesn't tend to do as much damage as you would like against them. Oh, there's a nice drop here in the mineral line. Looks like it killed off a lot of pros, but no. It was looking like Jay was able to finish this off, but the combination of the upgrades on those Marines and the medevac support means he's able to do actually a ton of damage with just a few Marines. He's pushing out in the front here as well. And at this point, Jay doesn't really have any army. Oh wait, these probes didn't die, they're just sitting on the ramp there. Yeah, Jay just hasn't really had much chance to reinforce, which he's got plenty of minerals to do it with, and he does have 6 gateways. So I don't know if his macros just slipped, or maybe he warped in everything he had right here and they got killed by the Marines. I don't know, but it's looking like this force is going to be more than Jay can handle. Those Marauders in particular doing tons of damage. And there is the GG from ScoobyJ. So the series is now tied up 1-1. So let's go into game 3.